My name is Sebastian, and I'll be interviewing
Mariana.
today. What neighborhood do you live in?
I live in Brightwood.
Which is located in which quadrant of DC?
It's in Northwest.
How long have you lived in DC?
I've lived in DC for 20 years.
Is it your whole life?
Yes, that's my whole life.
And in these 20 years that you've lived in Washington, D.C., what are some changes that you've seen the city go through?
Around my neighborhood, they've knocked down a couple houses and made them into condos. They've knocked down a whole row of empty buildings and made condos. I live in front of Walter Reed, and they're going to knock all of that and make condos.
So there's been a lot of condos.
Yes.
There's been a lot of condos added to the city. And what are these condos? What's the effect that these condos have had on the city?
For one, they wake me up. They make a lot of noise. And they are, gentrifying the city, making everything a lot more expensive and hard for people to afford.
Now, this gentrification is when property value rises rapidly and there's an influx of rich people into the city, which leaves the people of low income to the sides. And what are your thoughts on this topic?
It's very, very controversial because on one end, it does bring a lot of convenience to a lot of people, like as far as like having nice things, but it also drives away the people that are from here and have been here their whole lives and just it's hard for them to stay.
Yeah. How do you picture DC in the future?
It would be a lot more gentrified, a lot more rich people, a lot less people of color, a lot more traffic because a lot more people are going to have to commute into DC to work since you get more money working in DC, but then it's cheaper to live in the surrounding areas, Maryland, Virginia.
Which brings me into my next topic. What are your opinions on employment opportunity in DC?
There's a lot of employment opportunity, and there's a lot of most of the people that work here in DC don't live here, so yeah. I don't know.
So you're saying there's a lot of opportunity here?
There is.
True. What are some of your experiences with working in DC?
Well, I've always worked jobs that pay minimum wage, and as a student and someone who, can't make that much money, the fact that minimum wage is that high helps not having to be there all the time, like as consistently as if I did if I got paid a lot less, and to support my lifestyle.
And would you say it's easy for young kids who are students as well to find jobs here in DC?
Yeah, it is. If you try hard enough, you can get a job anywhere. A lot of places are hiring. A lot of places are firing. Yeah.
And how does it feel to live in the capital of one of the most influential countries in this world?
It is kind of it's cool that you get to see a lot of people's opinions, and since we are like the capital and we have all the important people here, it's cool seeing everyone come out and really like express themselves and go all out when it comes to like supporting their values and their.
Are you talking about the protests?
Protests and stuff. Like you'll always see somebody's opinion heard in DC, at least.
So DC brings in a lot of people who are trying to make a change within our government's values.
And it has a lot of different opinions. Like you'll never, like you'll meet people with the same opinions of you, and then you'll also meet people who are completely different from you. Like DC teaches you tolerance.
So you're saying it's a diverse city?
For now.
For now.
Just kidding. For a while.
But do you actually think it will be for a while?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of opportunities for people of color, and like now it's there's a lot of like they're giving more opportunities to kids who don't feel like they have it to succeed, and like the kids who really do want to succeed, they will.
That's good. And if you could, this is my last question. If you could change one thing about DC, what would it be?
Soundproof construction. Mute construction.